Yeah. Hi guys. Good evening, all of you. Hope all of you can hear me, guys. Yeah, guys. Can you please confirm it, guys? Is I'm audible?
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you. So, guys, hope all of you have been attended the last session, guys. Is anyone is there, guys, who has been joined for the today's class? Anyone is there? Just can we let me know? I think I can see all the names like who has been joined yesterday, right? So that I can just tell you like what has been happened in yesterday's class. That is the only thing what I just want to know about that. Okay. So anyhow, if anybody has been joined for the today's class, if today is your first class, guys. So just yesterday I have taken some kind of a basic like an introduction part I have been got taken, like what is data science, what exactly we do it in the data science, what kind of skills we are going to learn, all just an ideas actually, guys. Data science is all about learning some different type of skill sets. Mainly our target is to nothing but to get some insights from the data. So we have some data is there. So what is our target? What is our main target is, guys? We have some data is there. So I'm saying that just understand the data. It is going to be the understand the data actually, guys. What is this data belongs to? It is going to be maybe some data belongs to some kind of an past customers data, or it can be something like an past whatever the patient's data are going to be there, or it can be something like we can say the best example we can say it actually, guys, your emails. So we know that whenever the email is going to be, whenever a new incoming email comes, so the email is going to be classified into the email is going to be classified as either it is going to be a spam or whether it is going to be a non-spam email actually, guys. You know what is a spam? So it is going to be some kind of an fraud emails. Those are going to be gets contained that will goes to the spam folders. It is like just like a warning to the user. So these mails are going to be maybe some kind of a spam. Even nowadays, even the mobiles, whenever if somebody calling, so it will say that it is going to be some kind of a spam calls. Earlier we don't know who is calling them, we don't know who is calling us, so we used to lift the phone. It may be something relevant to some credit cards, or it may be some loans, or it can be some kind of a ventures. So we are not interested in that. We don't want to, because we are busy in the office, or it may be some other work. But previously we used to have the problem, but nowadays, so we have got the different types of the apps like Truecallers. It is going to be, so what is the Truecaller is going to do is that whenever it is something relevant to a spam, so it is going to be identifies, it will tell you that it is going to be a spam. But how the Truecaller knows that it is a spam, it's a spam call actually? Somebody has notified it. Somebody has notified it actually, saying that that is going to be a spam. Somebody has marked it actually, guys. Same as it is in our, whenever it comes to the email, so we have been marked some emails as a spam. We have been email. So let us say that I got a mail. So you know that we can have the option called as an mark the mail as a which is going to be spam. So what the machine is done here is the machine has studied the emails. So what type of a text, or simply we can say that what type of a words that appear in the, which is going to be what type of a word that are going to be appears in this particular whatever the spam emails are there. What about the types of the words that has been appeared in the, which is going to be non-spams are nothing but what we call it as ham messages. Non-spam emails are what we are going to call it as the ham, a spam and ham classification, what we call it as. So machine has studied, like I have feeded the data. So these are the words in the spam. These are the, I have given the total words. These are the words in that particular SMS or in the emails. So these are the spam emails and these are the non-spam emails. So the machine studied like what type of a words that are going to be gets coming in the spam. Depending on that, it has been created some probability. Like what is a probability that the mail is a spam email whenever there is a word called as a lottery is there. Just an example I'm talking about. So let us say that it calculated some mathematical probability of 80%. So whenever a new email contains, which is going to be a keyword called as a lottery, the model that my machine will says that 80% chances that it is going to be a spam. So I'll classify this as a spam email actually. it is going to be spam email. So machine studied that. So these types of words that appears in this particular email, in the spam emails. So what is the probability that the mail is a spam? Whenever there is a word called as a lottery, whenever there is a word called as a prize, what is the probability that it is a spam? Like that, the machines has been studied all these particular applications. So based on that, the models are going to be doing, the machine learning models are going to be predicting this kind of an application actually. So what I told you about that, so data is there. You have to just understand the data. Who will understand this data here now? The machine is going to study the data actually, yes. Machines are going to be studies the data. Can't the humans can study the data? Yes, humans can also study the data, but I told you the problem. Nowadays, data has been became a very higher dimensions. The data has been became a very higher dimension data actually, guys. That means what factor that decides, for example, let us talk about the same email classification. Whether the email is a spam or a ham is only depending on which is going to be, it's not only depends on the whatever the words that appeared actually, guys. There are some other factors are also going to be there, like what is going to be the time, at what time that has been came. You know that, no guys, how the emails of the spammer emails will be there actually. So it is going to be the spammer, what the email pattern will be there, whatever the mail ID, the mail ID pattern will be there. So there is going to be some kind of in sentences, there is going to be some kind of in crazy words are going to be there. You open your spam emails actually, guys. If you open your spam emails, you can find out like whatever that particular emails that are going to be gets coming. Let me open my spam folder. So isn't having any spam emails? Let us open this application, guys. Okay, maybe all of them are not going to be the spam emails actually, guys, but it is going to be some kind of an, which is going to be what we are going to be getting it actually. These are normal, just like they are not spams actually, but there are going to be some kind of an like a business ads or something like that. But why it has been saying that it is going to be actually, guys. So you can see receive some kind of a monthly rent is there, or Samsung it is going to be grab the offer, it is going to be okay, or it is going to be something like we are having some which is going to be prize money, or which is going to be free. That is the reason why they have been identified as which is going to be. They're actually not the spam emails, they're not the spam emails actually, but still it is going to be identified that. So whether you observed or not actually, guys, whether you have been observed or not, nowadays if you observe carefully, sometimes we'll get the mails actually, guys, saying that like I have some you have been won so and so prize in the lottery, please send your details to which is going to be to transfer the amount to your account. So what is happening earlier is, just a second. Right. So previously we used to get that kind of a mails. Automatically it is the Gmail or whatever the mail servers will used to identify that these are going to be coming from a spam. So it is coming from a spammers. So it is going to send it to the spam folders. Nowadays, whether you have been observed or not, even I have got it, guys, 1 or 2 mails I have got it actually. Now what they are doing here is, being your Gmail, what it will do, it is going to scan only the email text only. Your Gmail is going to scan your email text. So whatever the email text is there, whatever that particular text is there, in that particular text only, it will find out the words. That's why if you observed or not, this nowadays what the spammers has done is they're sending that particular mail as an attachment actually. They're sending an attachment to our mail ID, and in the attachment, all that particular whatever they want to write, they are writing there, because you know that the Gmail or whatever the Gmail does not going to scans the text that is available in the files. It only scans whether that file is containing any virus or not, but they don't scan the text what they are going to be sending. That's why nowadays sometimes we are getting a spammer, the spam emails by just getting some kind of an attachment actually. Maybe some of you have been already you have been seeing that examples. You may have been encountered that particular types of emails. So spammers are also going to be, what the spammers will do is Their target is only to nothing but to cross all these kind of filters. So even the Gmails has been kept a lot of filters. So spammers, what they will do is they will try to overcome this kind of filters. How to overcome this particular filters? How can you design that particular emails such a way that the spammers cannot identify that cannot be gets filtered actually. So nowadays they are sending as an attachment to the email. Maybe you have been got that emails also. So I have so much funds with us, we want to distribute it, so do you want to share it, do you want to receive that amount? So they are sending it as an attachment to your email ID. So spammers are also, what they will do is they will try to overcome this kind of a filters actually. How to cross these filters, they will think about that. They will find out a different solution for that. So like that, our idea is very simple, guys. So you have some past data about, it may be customers or a patient's data or whatever it may be. So analyze that particular data. It's a past customers or whatever the current customers, whatever it may be. So analyze the past customers data, and based on that we can identify or we can predict to whom the loan approval has to taken place, or to whom the loan approval should not be taken place. So it is nothing but understanding the past, and based on that we are going to be taking some kind of a decision in the future actually. A simple example, I can say that if anybody asks you like whether tomorrow it will rains or not, so how do you decide whether it is going to be tomorrow, whether it is going to be rains or not? It is not like we don't have any formulations, isn't it? We don't have any formula to identify whether it is going to be whether it is going to be rains tomorrow or not. Or it is not like which is going to be it is not going to be like we do a head and tail. If it is head, tomorrow it will rain, and if it is a tail, it does not rains tomorrow. So how do you decide? It is going to be depending on the past 10 days, how the weather condition is there. For example, in the last 10 days, for example, it was rained. It's not based on the previous year, it is going to be based on the past 10 days. The past 10 days, you can say that, isn't it? So in the last 10 days, whether the condition, what is the weather condition? So out of the last 10 days, let us say 8 days, it has been 8 days. 8 days it was rained. That means 80% chances that there is a rain is there. It's a simple, it's a kind of a simple data actually, guys. But the problem here is in the real applications, the data is going to be very huge. And even the dependency also, it is going to be just a lot of dependency is there, isn't it? So for every decision in your life also, we'll be having some kind of a decisions we are going to take it in a life. It basically depends on various factors. So we consider all that particular factors, and then we are going to take a decisions. Same as it is here also, the machines are going to be taking it is going to be taking the understanding the data from the past, and based on that it is going to be learning the things, and it is going to do that actually. But how the machine is going to learn actually, guys, that is the main important, what exactly we have to discuss it actually, guys. So technically I'm not teaching anything here, guys, but just I'm telling about some few information about what exactly we are going to learn it actually, guys. So how the machines will learn, that is main important concept here. Now machines can learn, but how can you learn it actually? Machines are going to learn with the help of something called as the algorithms will be there, which we are going to call it as the machine learning algorithms, guys. Machine learning is going to be one of a technique in data science actually, guys. It is one of the technique in the data science. So what is data science? We are going to be using a various techniques to get some insight from the data. Now, what is machine learning? Machine learning is also one kind of a technique where we are going to make the machines to study the data, where we are going to make the machines to understand the data actually, guys. So, but how the machines are going to learn actually, guys? Machines are going to learn with the help of something what we are going to call it as the algorithms. They are going to be learning it actually, guys. So mainly as whenever you are learning this particular machine learning or a data science, or whatever you are learning, machine learning, deep learning, it is all about learning of algorithms only, guys. So what is data science? I told you yesterday, I told you about. So data science is all about learning some kind of various techniques we are going to learn. various, which are going to be the techniques, what we are going to learn it actually. And I said that we are going to learn some different types of methodologies. Not only the methodologies, we are going to be using a different types of systems we are going to learn. A various types of processing techniques we are going to be processings we are going to be learning. And it is also one more is going to be the algorithms actually, guys. There are different types of algorithms will be there. So once if you go to the Google or you ask ChatGPT, what are going to be the algorithms actually, guys? The algorithm is nothing but a sequence of a sequence of operations to solve a particular problem. We are learning a machine learning algorithms actually, guys. We have a different types of algorithms. So whenever we want to solve a different types of, whenever we want to solve a business problem, then we are going to be using the help of the algorithms. What the algorithms will do? The algorithms is going to help the machines to learn it actually, guys. So here the powerful, so why the data science has become very popular actually, guys? Why this data science or machine learning has become very popular? It is not due to any language. That means it is not the powerfulness of Python, guys. So most of the people think that it is become popular. Why? Because it's due to the Python language. No, guys. Data science can be implemented by using any language. Most popular languages are Python and R. So here Python we are using only just like a language which we are going to be implementing all this kind of a technique. I'll explain a technique. I'll explain a technique actually, guys. How to apply this technique? What is the technique? I'll explain. Why do you require the technique? I'm going to explain. But how to implement the technique, which is going to be done by the Python itself. We are going to learn a different types of processing applications we learn. Or I'm going to explain what is an algorithm. I'll explain the algorithm. So what is that particular algorithm? What is that particular algorithm actually? And how it is going to be gets working, all these things I'll explain. But how to implement this particular algorithm, how to implement it actually, that is going to be done with the help of a Python. So the machine learning, data science, AI, all this has been became very popular as of now. It is not due to the Python or it is not due to some language. The main reason why this particular data science machine learning has been became this much popular and which is going to be in the trending is completely due to this algorithms only, guys. It is completely due to these algorithms. So due to these particular algorithms only, this data science and machine learning has become very popular. Then you may get a doubt. Sir, is these algorithms are not available earlier? So when we started hearing about this data science, guys, so hardly I started hearing about this around some 2015, 2014, guys, not even 2014. Somewhere around 2016, we started hearing about this data science. That means almost all, it is going to be around some 6 to 7 years, guys. Hardly at most case, if you see that in 2014, once I have heard about that, but at that time there is very limited usage. Even in 2017 also, it was very limited usage. After that only, guys, I remember somewhere around 2019 only, it has become very new features and new implementation and new research has been got started actually. It has become very popular. After 2019 only, it has been become popular. Earlier it was there, but at that time we don't have that much utilities and that much functionalities are there. So why this particular, why the Python, why this particular machine learning was not that much popular earlier? Why? Because is at that time we don't have any powerful algorithms, guys. We don't have any powerful algorithms. But in the recent years, these particular very powerful algorithms were able to be developed by the research people. Then why earlier it was not developed? Why the earlier it was not developed by 20 years back? Why the advanced algorithms are which is going to be powerful algorithms are unable to be developed? There are two reasons is there. There is one more reason is there. Mainly these algorithms is going to be mainly depends on the computing power of the system. It's mainly computing power of the system. Why? Because these algorithms are going to be internally performs a lot of operations. A lot of operations are going to be gets done. So to perform all those particular operations, obviously we have to require some kind of a computing power. So you know that in 2000, for example, if I talk about a for example, No need to take somewhere around 50 years back and 60 years back. Just it is going to be hardly, it is going to be somewhere around 20 years back, maybe approximately if I talk about somewhere around 2005. At that time, the computers, what is the computing power of the systems at that instant of time? So if I think all of you know it, currently, whatever the mobiles we are using, currently, these mobiles are better than the computers which we used to use it in somewhere around some 15 to 20 years back. What the computers we are using at that time, the computers used to come with around a RAM of 2 GB. We used to get it 2 GB in 2005 means it is going to be 2 GB 1 GB RAMs only. I remember maybe in after 2010 only we started using 8 GBs and all these things. At that time, the RAM of a computer is going to be approximately 1 GB to 2 GB in 2005, approximately. So even I remember, guys, my first computer I purchased in 2001. After my graduation was completed in 2001, approximately 2001 2002, I purchased a computer at that time. So you don't believe, guys, you don't believe, that means maximum you guys are going to be from the recently graduated, or it may be hardly 5 years or 6 years back. So my graduation was almost 22 years back actually, because 2001 I completed actually. You don't believe, guys, my first computer I have been got purchased. I remembered I have spent 45,000 rupees. I have been spent it actually, guys. 45K I have been spent. Do you believe that my RAM size is going to be how much at that time actually, guys? What is my storage we used to use it actually, guys? Okay, RAM is going to be, it is 128 MB of RAM actually, guys. That's hardly somewhere around 22 years back. It's not 100 years back or not, it is going to be 200 years back. Hardly 20 years back it was there. Storage, it is 20 GB, guys. It is 20 GB, guys. After that, slowly we have been got increased to 256 MB. After that, we have been slightly increased it to 512 MB. After that, we have been increased it to 1 GB. Around in 2005, we used to have 2 GB, 1 GB RAMs. After that, they have been become 4 GB. Nowadays, almost all every computer is coming with a minimum of 8 GB RAM. Almost all 8 GB to almost all 16 GB. We are getting it actually, guys, isn't it? How much is a hardware storage is coming actually, guys? Approximately even 1 terabyte of the storages, minimum storages we are getting actually, guys, 1 terabyte. So the computers which we used to use around some 20 years back, not even 20 years, guys, hardly I remember approximately somewhere around 10 to 12 years back, guys. They are going to be far less than whatever the mobiles we are using. Currently, whatever the mobiles we are using, they are better computing. They have a better computing power than the computers which we used to use it earlier actually. So mainly the two reasons actually, guys. One is computing power of the systems has been drastically increased. And that too, there is also one reason actually, guys. It is a lot of new inventions has been taken place, like which is going to be some kind of an cloud computing, okay, and which is going to be some kind of an parallel processing. It is going to be parallel processing, and it is going to be some kind of an, which is going to be what we can say parallel processing. And apart from that, the inventions of some kind of an GPUs and TPUs. These are some kind of an hardware accelerators actually, guys, which we are going to call it as GPUs and TPUs. You know that our systems are going to be comes with GPUs, guys, isn't it? Our systems are going to comes with normal CPUs. So apart from that, we used to have some kind of an, we know that GPUs, which the gaming systems are going to be gets coming actually, guys. NVIDIA GPU, okay, 3050, 3070. Okay, they are very high costly, guys, compared with our CPUs actually. So inventions of some kind of an hardware accelerators like GPUs and TPUs, and which is going to be invention of which is going to be clusters, parallel processing. Okay, so many things are actually, guys, parallel processing, cloud computing. So all these has been drastically increased the computing power of your systems actually, guys, isn't it? So 4 years back, I have been got purchased, guys. Approximately 3 years back, actually, guys. Last, which is going to be 2000. I remember my last computer I purchased in 2019, actually, guys. 2019 June, I purchased it. So at that time, we used to have something like a 7th generation. Seventh, I think at that time I purchased the latest generation, that is 7th generation. Now it is going to be 12th generation, actually. Now 13th generation also has been came, right? 13th generation also that has been came, actually, guys. Now I think it's not yet available. Recently only some of the laptops has been came with 13th generation, but latest is going to be 12th generation, actually, yes. So this almost all, it is going to be hardly how many years? 2 to 3 years back, approximately 3 years back, actually, guys. So just at 3 years back, you know that hardware, it's going to be improving day by day, day by day. A lot of new inventions, it is going to be coming up, actually, guys. Just at 3 years back, whatever the laptop that has been got purchased, so completely it is almost all 4 times. Almost all it is going to be 4 times better than that. The computing power has been drastically increased. Just recently, I got one new laptop. I have got it, actually. It's a 12th generation laptop. I got it recently, last on April 1st. I bought it, actually. Hardly it is going to be 40 days back. I have been got a new computer. So within some years of time, a lot of drastic changes it is coming, actually. So mainly 2 reasons, actually. Computing power of the systems has been increased, and apart from that, it is going to be using this computing power, we are able to develop some kind of an powerful, which is going to be machine learning algorithms. So these are the mainly the 2 reasons, actually, why the machine learning has been became popular in the recent years. Earlier, why was unable to develop the powerful algorithms? At that time, computing power is very less. Hope you all of you know it, actually, guys. The first computers, the first generation computers, actually, guys. The first generation computers. So which are going to be maybe we can say somewhere around 60, 70 years back. The first generation computers that was developed is only used for performing only mathematical operations. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions. Your computers are designed to perform only these 4 operations, actually, guys. Just like a computer, just like a calculator. Even our calculator maybe performs a little bit better than that. A calculator performs the mathematical operation better than that. This is going to be some years before. The first generation computers, they're only to perform only the basic mathematical operations only. We used to do it, actually. But now a computer can do a lot of operations. So it is going to be some kind of the development of some technology changes, improvement of technology changes has brought it. But mainly I say there are 2 reasons, actually. One is the computing power has been drastically increased. Due to that computing power increase, so we are able to develop some kind of powerful machine learning algorithms we are able to develop. So the main powerfulness of machine learning is due to this ML algorithms. And how this ML algorithms has been able to be developed with the help of the computing power of the system. So mainly, as a data scientist or a machine learning expert, mainly we have to understand what are these particular algorithms, how they will work, how they works, actually, guys. Simply, if you know the algorithm, that is not sufficient. You have to know how they will work, how to control that particular algorithm. We have to know how to control the algorithm. Then only we can go for the implementation of the algorithm. So with the help of these algorithms, we'll make the machine to learn about the data. We'll make the machines to learn from that particular data. That is what these algorithms we are going to learn it. So open Google and just find out what are the different types of algorithms we are going to learn. So just a few points I'm writing, guys. A few points we are going to be writing it, actually. So mainly it is going to be, there are mainly popular machine learning algorithms, guys. Decision trees. We are having something called as an KNNs. We are having something called as an Navi base. We are having something called as an support vector machines. We are having something called as an neural networks. So neural networks are going to be very popular algorithms, actually, guys, which we use it in deep learning. Apart from that, something called as a linear regressions. We are going to be having something called as an polynomial regressions. Okay, so many are there actually, guys. We are having something called as an clustering algorithms. Apart from that, we are going to be using some kind of an association rules. So all these are going to be the different machine learning algorithms, guys. If you want, you can just check it out. What is a decision tree? A decision tree is a machine learning algorithm. What is a KNN? K nearest neighbors. It's an one of the machine learning algorithm. What is an SVM? Support vector machines, which is a machine learning algorithm. All these are going to be some kind of an algorithms only, guys. These algorithms are going to guide the machines. With the help of these algorithms, your machines is going to learn from that particular data. Without having them, machines can't learn it, guys. Without learning any machine learning algorithm, we can't go for any kind of a machine learning application. No machine learning, no data science, no AI, nothing is going to be gets done. Mainly, the algorithms plays an important role. So as a machine learning expert, you have to be understanding about each and every point about that particular algorithm. Simply if you know how to use an algorithm, not sufficient. How it will works also, we have to know that. If you know how it will works, we can easily control that particular algorithm. Without the control, the machines can't learn effectively. Machines learns, but they can't learn effectively. So we'll go to the school and we'll learn. But directly, we are not going to learn directly by ourselves. With the help of some teachers, we are going to learn the things actually. So teachers are like something like an algorithms actually, guys. Okay. Yes, we are going to be providing all that particular. I'll tell you like what
Sir,
exactly.
I had a question.
Yes, yes, yes.
For the interruption.
Yeah.
Sir,
Go ahead.
I was a little bit scared about this data science because
Mhm,
the science itself is my tough subject. As I seeing these algorithms also. Um, so my question is here:
mhm,
how
mhm.
much ETL is required, and is it possible that instead of all every day, can you take some Python and some starting with these algorithms so it won't be tough for us? Is there any way, and how much ETL is required for this data science?
No, no.
You can
Actually,
complete this one, and you can tell me later also. But I
yeah,
had
yeah.
this question.
No, no. Actually, you have just you have been mixed. You are talking about something about ETL, right?
Yeah, how much ETL is required? Because I
No.
think few of the data science like they'll ask to data is also will be there, right?
Mhm. No. See,
So what?
actually, I'll tell you because see, as a one point, okay, we can say is nowadays, obviously, the companies are looking for the people. I told you, like a full stack. Whenever we are going to be gets working, so you should be working at a various levels and various whenever we are working with the data pipelines. But okay, I'll accept the statement. But ETL is generally a process which is going to be done by the data engineering people actually. That's a part of which is going to be data engineering people, it is going to comes. Okay, so what actually we are here is nothing but as a data scientist, our main role, I'm talking about a main role, it is going to be main role is going to be nothing but we have to know how to analyze the data. So these data engineering people is going to create all the data pipelines, like all the data collection and all these things they will be done. And there are going to be creating some data pipelines and which is going to be, there are going to be putting into some kind of a location where it is going to be used for data analytics. So once the data engineering people has done all this particular ETL process, then the mainly even the data analyst maybe comes or a data scientist may comes or it may be some kind of a report developers may comes. All these are going to be comes after this particular process of ETL process. So ETL is going to be a process of which is going to be what we are going to call it as, and which is going to be a data engineering task, what we are going to call it as actually. Okay, so that is the one point. Maybe even if we have, that means what is ETL actually? It is a concept of extraction, transformation, and the loading concept actually. If you are working with some kind of an very high-end systems like different types of cloud storages, we are having some different kinds of NoSQL kind of a databases, or we have so many other which is going to be what we can say that we are having so many different types of some complicated data storages are there, then you have to require some real expertise called as a data engineer is required actually. But whenever we are working with a basic, like when you are working with CSV files, database systems, basically whenever we are working with the traditional systems, we are going to be working. So really we don't require that much expertise required, because anyhow, as a data analyst or as a data scientist or a data analyst, we are going to learn how to load the data. That means how to read the data we are going to see. Anyhow, we are going to be performing some kind of a transformations. Anyhow, we are going to be performing some kind of a loading. We are going to do that actually. We are going to do that actually. Some transformations, loading, we are going to do that. But how we are going to do that? We don't use any such kind of an advanced level tools. We don't use it actually. For that, we are going to be using with the help of a Python only. We are going to be doing this kind of an applications. So anyhow, we are going to be performing the ETL process. We are going to perform the ETL process, but it is not a very, very complex ETL process. We are not going to be done.
So we
So
are not
whenever,
going to use, sorry.
yeah, you can go
So
ahead.
we are not going to use any kind of database like Oracle or connection
Uh,
like
database and all these are going to be only the data storages only. Okay. So we
but
see,
how do we load the data from the files directly, and
yes,
we apply it using Python or Pandas?
yes,
Or
absolutely. By using with the help of the Python and pandas only, we are going to
so
do
no
that.
need of SQL here.
We don't require the SQL actually, because whatever the work you do it in the SQL, everything we do it in the Python.
Yeah, okay, that's
Got
my
my
question.
point? So you have a database system is there. For example, you have a database system is there. So actually what is happening here is there is a database system in your company. So let us say that you want to do some analysis on this particular data. Actually, you want to do some kind of an analysis. So for that, actually, really, if you want to do the analysis, you should be an expertise in a language like an SQL, right?
Okay.
Okay. So instead of learning the SQL, what we are doing here is using Python. What I'm going to do is I will import all this data from the database system into a Python application. I will import the data. I'll get the data from the database and I will store it in my Python applications. There I'm going to be I'm going to do all the kinds of the analytics, whatever you require, we are going to do
So
that.
whatever we perform in the SQL, subqueries, inner joins, left joins, and there will be big
Everything,
queries.
everything will be done in the
Stored
pandas.
procedures, logics, and everything will be implemented in Python like a scripts, right?
Yes, you can implement it, but see, stored procedures and all these things are going to be basically they are not used for any analysis purpose and all these things. All these are going to be comes under some kind of a database maintenance related applications. So to perform some kind of an business applications, when you want to perform some business operations, for that kind of a things, these stored procedures, functions, triggers, all these are going to be gets used. Here we are not here to manage the data, or we don't want to write any business logics. Our complete target is to analyze the data only.
So only analysis. And so for transformations also we perform Python, using Python.
Everything we are going to do it with the help of the Python only. Whatever you require, everything we do it with the help of the Python, because Python provides you a better and a convenient way what you are going to do it actually. A
So
better.
whenever we get the source file,
Mm,
whatever format, we will
mm.
perform it using the Python or Pandas,
No.
and where we'll store the output and how we will give to the users then.
Yes, you can store it again. The same thing. What we are going to do is you are reading the data, right? We are reading the data from a database system. We are reading the data. After doing the analytics or after doing the whatever you require, again, we are going to be write the data where you want to write. Either you can write it into CSV file, or either we can write it in an Excel sheet, or either you can write it into a database
Okay,
system.
dashboards also comes
Dashboards
into.
means nothing, but they are going to be comes under reporting. They will comes. Dashboard is
So
going
what
to be
kind of
nothing.
reporting we are using here in this course for? So
Here we use two uses, two things we are going to be using. One is going to be we are going to be using the Python Python level we are going to be doing, as well as we are going to be using a tool called as an Power BI will use this.
Can you teach us a Tabula? Because the two things I'm missing in this course is Tabula and AWS. Those are
See,
trending.
these are all it's see, as I told you, it is going to be see. It's not a mandatory that, see, the main important skill is going to be, we are learning some kind of a machine learning applications we are going to learn. So main data science means it is not reporting, or it is not going to be some other thing. So I'll just show you one example just to make you can understand that. Just recently we have been got done. So just have a look at this, how we have been done the visualization actually. So that is a main point. That means being you are not aware about what we are going to do it in the data science. So you may not be aware about that. So see, this is one machine learning algorithm we have been got implemented. If you observe carefully, you can understand this. This is nothing but a data visualization, right?
Yes.
Yes. But how I done this data visualization? I didn't use any tools at all. It is completely done with the help of a Python only. I have been got done it is. These are going to be the Python related applications. I done it completely with the help of a Python only. So did I develop a beautiful, that means it's not going to be not like a basic reporting. No, we have done a little bit advanced level reportings only. We have been able to do it. See, all these are going to be nothing but the visualizations which I have been done by using, which is going to be, which I have been done with the help of my Python only we have been got done. If you really ask me, do you require any, that means if you really require any data visualization tools means, I say that I don't require anything because I'm an expert in the, let us say that if I was an expert in the Python data visualization, I don't require any tools to do that actually.
That's also true. Yeah, I'm getting your point.
You got,
So you will choose the data visualization within the. So mostly they will ask even then. I think I have gone through the several
but
resumes. I mean,
okay.
sorry, several requirements.
Mm.
So they are asking like data visualization. Yeah, I understood that you will do with Python. So you will cover data visualization within the Python, right?
Data visualization with the Python. But obviously some guys will ask me, obviously just like you, they'll ask me, sir, are you going to learn any tools? Because there are some other tools are going to be there. So can you use any tools? Yes, we can use that particular tools. So what I'm preferring here is I'm going to be using, whether it is Power BI or a Tableau, or whether it is going to be what I'm talking about this one, terminologies are going to be the same terminologies. Once if you
So
know the
it's
concept.
like so it's like I learned the SQL. So if I learn the SQL, I can use any Oracle or SQL or
Obviously,
Python
you
like that.
can work
Yeah,
with
that's
Oracle, you can
okay.
work with SQL Server, you can work with MySQL. Almost all you can easily manage. Even you can work with the PostgreSQL. Almost all SQL is a common language.
So it's like you will explain as the common concepts of
Obviously,
Power.
obviously. So we'll see the terminologies. What do you mean to say scatter plot? What do you mean to say legend? Once if you know that, learning all those things are going to be very quickly. We are going to do that. Just I'll show you one example. So do you, you tell me which one is going to be convenient. That means providing convenient means here two things actually. Without convenient means don't think that you need not to write the code which is going to be the easy for me. So I'll just show you the application. Let me open my Power BI desktop. I'm opening the Power BI desktop. See how I'm going to do it actually. I'll show you. In a one is by using GUI based and one is by using the command based actually. So you tell me which one is going to be, which you feel it is a convenient one. I'll just show you a simple plot only. I'm going to show you one simple plot. I'm going to be importing the data here. This is my Power BI application. I'm just importing my data actually. Just say I'm importing the data from, let us say some CSV file, just a small data set only. I'm going to be importing it actually. Let us say some data called as an used cars, some data related to some cars data set I imported actually. This is my cars data set. I'm not using any keyboard here now. Everything I'm doing with the help of a mouse. Only just with the help of a mouse only, I'm going to be doing it actually. Just see, this is going to be my scatter plot I have taken. Just this is my scatter plot, and I have been dragging and dropping the price on the x-axis. Price is on the x-axis and mileage is going to be on the y-axis. And let me remove this particular, what is the summarizations. Just you can see, I just removed it actually. This is going to be what is my scatter plot. See, this is going to be my scatter plot actually. Just an idea, if you may be having the idea about that. So here we have a different models of cars. I want to know which models of cars this belongs to. I'm dragging and dropping the model and I'm showing it on the legend. Can observe carefully. The blue color models are going to be some models of cars. The violet colors are going to be SEL models, and this orange colors are going to be some other models of cars are there. So though you didn't understand what it is going to be, hope you understood the basic process, right? Right?
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
understand.
Now the same application, I'll do it in Python. Have a look at this. How I'm going to do it in Python, I'll show you that. So generally, once the people see, it depends on the people what they are going to be using. Same example, just see how I'm going to be doing it actually. I'm importing a library called as an pandas, and I'm importing a library called as an seaborn. Same process is the same process, but the way which we are going to be doing is different actually. Now the same data set I'm loading into the Python now. How I'm loading it? Just by using some pandas functionalities called as same data set. I'm not using any different data set now. Same data set what I have used there. Here I'm going to be using the data set actually. This is my data sets. This is my data set what I imported. Now I'll visualize the same data as it is. Whatever you get there, same visualization, I'll get it actually. Have a look at this one. Only thing is I'm writing everything by using the manual way. That's it. It is going to be data is equal to cars. And I said hue equal to, which is going to be the model. You may not understand what it is going to be, but if you run this, that is a code. Do you find any difference between this plot and this plot? Same plot I done it by Python. Same plot I have been done here now. Do you find any much difference? Information is the same, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Same. This is what we call it as a legend. The only terminology is going to be there. See, on the x-axis, I have got the price. Y-axis, I got the mileage. All the SE model cars are came as a blue color. SE models has been came as a an orange color, and SES models we got it as a green color. So you tell me which one is convenient. Is Power BI is convenient, or did I done it by using the Python is convenient? What do you say? Tell me, what is your opinion?
Both looks good for me. Yeah.
Both looks. See, the thing is, there the Power BI, a person who do not know any idea about any programming language, any scripting, he can do that. Anybody can do that, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anybody can do the Power BI.
So one skill, what I'm seeing in the requirements is that at least one thing we have to be very convenient. So here we can do everything in the Python, right? So
That's it.
they're asking like in our, like I'm staying in the US, and what the requirements, like at least I have to be expertise with data modeling, or at least one thing, our expertise in the Python. And they're asking one skill.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Here I can say Python. When I take this course, I say
not
I
Python.
can do everything.
Not Python. It is machine learning, because our concentration is on machine learning is our main important concept, because you're learning data science.
Okay.
Okay, data science is not learning. I told you just now, data science is not about Python. The data science is all about the algorithms what we are going to be learning. So which algorithm we have to use to solve a particular problem. So mainly we are going to be expertise in machine learning, deep learning, NLP. So these are our core areas. All these Power BI, all these AWS, these are all the which are going to be nothing but which makes our application to be a little bit simplified.
Sir, in the pandas and numpy, there are so many methods, right?
Yes.
So will you make us a notes? Because
Yes.
I heard that they will give access only for 6 months, and I'm taking multiple courses from DURGASOFT. I like your courses. So I has a confusion, like when I take multiple courses, it usually will be delaying. If I want to revise some topics.
Okay.
So how the notes will be provided for this to
Notes
understand
is,
it?
see, notes is different. They are saying that whatever the 6 months axis or 1 year axis, whatever it may be, they are talking about the videos what you are going to get it in our class, whatever the recordings we are going to be getting.
Yes.
Okay. Apart from that, generally our class is going to be generally like this actually. So you can see this is going to be how that particular class notes and how this particular data is going to be there. So this is the way how we are going to be getting it actually. So like these are going to be the videos. Videos are going to be generally my backend team is going to be loaded. Along with that, we are going to be having this particular class nodes. Like every day, I'm going to write a .ipvenb file, right? I'm going to write some code. The code I'm going to share you, the notes I'm going to share you. Along with that, there are going to be some kind of an PDFs, materials. So you will be getting all that kind of an, what we can say that all the material, these you can download and you can keep it as a backup for you. Only videos only, they cannot be downloaded. You can watch it, but you can't download it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So you can see the
So
class notes.
the algorithms will be explained in a notes very
Yes,
perfect.
yes, perfectly. It's going to be
Because I
perfectly.
was very
So
afraid of this
no,
science, especially the.
no. It's not that higher level, but there should be some learning from yourself also. So see, everything I cannot go back to the school level and I cannot teach you all these particular things, right? Isn't it? So I'm going to tell you, for example, in the morning, just an example to say that today morning only, we have just started with, which is going to be a linear regression concept. I have been got started with that. Just to make you understand, you see that. That means just if you see the notes, you may understand that particular like how extend it is going to be gets required. You can have a look into that actually. So just a second, I think somewhere, yeah, just before that. 114, it is going to be 113. Right. So this is going to be the morning 7:30 a.m. class, which currently I have started with a little bit a concept of linear regression, mathematical concept it is. So can you just by looking at the notes, you can understand it, right? So there is going to be mathematical formulas. So how it is going to be gets done. Can you see how I have written all that examples actually? So it is going to be running notes will be there. So every day I'm going to be explaining all these particular concepts actually. So how this particular formulation has been came. So it is actually something called as an R squared value. So what is that particular R squared value? How it is derived, how to calculate it, all that complete information will be written here now. All that particular mathematical formulation only. Because my main specialization, you can find the difference between the other I don't know how much extent will be there, but as of my class, each and every mathematical concept, like every algorithm, even calculus, coming to the deep learning, the calculus and all these things also will teach you. But you should be learning a little bit more and more about from your side also. For that, I'm going to tell you what are the different resources we have to use. So I'm going
That
to be
would be
using,
helpful, sir,
yeah,
if you
that
provide
will
us
be,
resources.
yes, absolutely. There is, see, you even we'll use, I think you may be aware about that Byju's and all these things. Even we are going to use that kind of an apps like Byju's and all the applications also we are going to be using. Okay. So
ChatGPT is also.
no, ChatGPT, it is going to be. So ChatGPT is not that, but I'm going to be using a site called as an math, which is going to be math. I just show you once. This math is fun actually. So here it's going to be like a very easy, mainly for example, you are going to be using calculus. So do you remember how to calculate in slope of a line? Slope of a line, how the slope of a line will be calculated?
I forgot everything what I learned in
No,
engineering, sir.
it's very school days level. It's not engineering level. So see, just an example, no worries about that. So this is going to be y equal to, I think even yesterday also I have shown you this application. So 3 into which is going to be x plus 5. So how the equation 3 y equal to 3x plus 5 will be existing actually. So you are not writing any code here now. Two ways you can write. If you ask me to write a Python code, I can write a Python code for that. I want to show the line, how the line is going to be there. So the idea is going to be this one. So just an example, if I want, I'll show you that application also. Let me open a local. See how simple I'm going to write it actually. Python provides you all these utilities. So how the equation y equal to 3x plus 5 will exist. So in our school days, they may be thought, so this is going to be y equal to 3x plus 6, but here it's not like that. So we are going to be having some lot of utilities. So don't worry what I'm going to be showing. So it is going to be matplotlib.pyplot. It is going to be data visualization libraries actually. It's very simple. Just to show you the application only, I'm going to show you that x is equal to, I'm just generating a sequence of numbers, minus 10 to which is going to be plus 10. I want to generate some numbers. I want to generate it. This is your x values. Let us say that what is your y value? Y is equal to nothing but 3 times the x plus, which is going to be, let us say 5. This is your y. Now I just want to plot how to visualize that particular y. So this is the y, it is going to be visual. PLT dot, which is going to be plot. I can simply plot the x and y. That's it. No need to do anything actually. So how the equation 3x plus 5 is going to be existing? This is how the equation lies. This is a line. Same line, I written this particular code, but here
Sir, I
in
had a
maths is
confusion every time here, sir. Like, so so what data is considered in the x-axis and what data considered in the y-axis when requirements comes? Will it be clearly explained by them, or we have to come up with data?
no, it comes with that particular data actually. So it depends. That means here we have some techniques are there. There is going to be something called as an dependent variables and independent variables. So generally dependent variables will plot it on X and independent variables will plot it, sorry, dependent variable on the Y axis, independent variables on the X axis will plot it actually.
You'll cover all those, sir.
We'll cover them. We'll see them. We'll see them.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I
Okay.
just
So
had so many doubts because I was afraid.
fine, no problem. Yeah, because obviously, see, the demos are basically meant for that one only. So whatever the doubts you are having, whatever the questions you want to have, that we want to clarify. See, the same plot I have been plotted here now with the help of some kind of a NumPy library in Matplotlib. Here, if you can see that the same plot I have been plotted without using any code. The line is the same line only. If you can see the same line is there, but this is a kind of an animated kind of a thing. So I'll tell you this kind of an utilities. So we don't want to write as a, whenever you are at school level, everything we have to do it manually. So for example, in school level, whenever at the school level, they ask you to calculate what is the mean of, what is the mean. So generally we have to do it everything by hand, sum of all the values divided by which is going to be the data. But here I don't calculate the means and all these things manually. We directly use the utilities. What is the mean value of the X? That's it. You are going to get the mean value, you are going to get it directly. So we don't want to do. So here, whether you know the formula of mean, whether you don't know the formula of mean, that's not matters. What is mean is only that what you have to understand it. So mean is a nothing but an average value. If you know that, that is going to be sufficient with that. What the point? So just we have to know the concept, but it does not mean that completely you should be an expertise in that. At least if you know some kind of a basic concepts, and if you are in a position to understand what I explained, that is sufficient to learn the data science course.
So last question. So
Yeah.
projects. So when you take the projects, so you'll take some scenarios and you will teach us completely, right? How to
Absolutely. See, it's, and one more thing is also, data science is not like just learning, which is going to be just learning with a small data set. Everything, whatever we are going to be using, if you have a real data sets only, we can work with this kind of an applications. If you don't have a real data sets, we can't work with them. It's completely real data sets only. So specifically, I'm not saying that we don't require a project, but every example, every algorithm we are going to learn is going to be like a project only. Every example, every algorithm we are going to be learning is going to be like a particular project only. So if you see, just before your class only, I have taken it actually 8 p.m. class. So it is going to be, see, it is not like a simple data and we are not going to going for. So see, even yesterday also I shown you the example. It is going to be working with images. So we are giving this images data to the machines, and we are going to be saying that these are the faces of black people, these are the faces of white people, these are Indians, these are whites, these are going to be Asians. So we feed all this data to the machines, and the machines has been got studied about those particular faces, and they have been trying to identify. They are trying to identify which face it is going to be, which face it has been. So it has been, I think, you know that we have given the image of the MaheshBabu image. So actually he's an Indian, but my model has been predicted as an something like an others. There is some errors are there. Still it is going on. Still there are going on actually, guys. Yesterday's
That's
example.
Interesting, sir.
Yeah, these are very interesting examples. Real, it's an completely
very interesting. When I see the like, I want to learn. It's not for the professionals, but I like that.
It's not an I don't say that it's a real time examples. I say that these are going to be just like a very closer to a real life events actually. So it is not going to be just like take some employees data, do some it's not like that actually. It's going to be a real activities, which generally normally we cannot do it in other programming languages. We can't do this in other programming languages, right? We cannot take the images and we cannot write a program to say that whether the person in the image is a male or a female. We cannot write like that actually, but machines can do. We are also not writing any program here now. Machines will study the data and machines are going to be able to predict it actually. So for all these things, some basic Python and all these are required. It's not complicated. Just there are going to be some kind of, this is actually convolution neural networks. So this is going to be a method, it's a network, a neural network called as a convolution neural network. But as I said that now computationally, there are very, very heavy actually. So it has taken almost all 10 minutes. It almost all taken 20 minutes of time to run this particular program, not completely also, partially it executed. It has taken 20 minutes of time. It has been taken almost all. So computationally, they are heavy, but they will work. It's not like your normal Java program and .NET program. Just run the program, get the output. It is not like that. It is going to be very interesting. Even we are going to be working with the audio files, images. So NLP, text data, we are going to be gets working. All these are going to be a very quite interested. Whenever you are working with the particular application, we don't know what is a banking data is going to be there. That is only our imaginations only. But images and all these things, they are not imaginations. You can see that. You can take your own images and you can work. You will see some images, right? I can show you some images, like what images will work with that actually. So very interesting images will be there with us. So these are going to be some of the different images I'm going to be using it actually. All these images, we are going to be using this. We play with this particular data sets actually. So I'll give this image to the machine, saying that a person, it's a male having a long hair actually, but machine is going to be predicts this as a female. Why? Because it is having a long, he's having a long hair actually. All these are images we are going to be downloaded from the internet, basically to identify that. So it will identify, the machine will identify that this is a dog, this is a cat. Okay, where is the faces are there, whether the person is smiling, whether the person is angry, fear, all these things we are going to be doing practically with the help of this particular neural networks. Okay, fine. So there is nothing prerequisites are there. Whatever if I explain, if you are in a position to understand that, that is sufficient. But you should be putting some effort from your side also. Simply don't expect that everything from my side. You should also put your own efforts from your side. Then only you can understand, you can learn the things. Mainly it is going to be a lot of research, because I told you, data scientist is nothing but who is doing a lot of experiments and a lot of research. So you should also learn only by experiments only. It is completely with the experiments only. You have to do a lot of experiments, because I cannot show you all that particular experiments in the class. It will take a lot of time. It is going to take it actually, right? So that is going to be the ideas about that. Okay. So actually today it was more than our schedule, guys. So okay, anyhow, that's it for the today's class, guys. So tomorrow also, guys, I'm going to take one more a demo session. We are going to take it actually. So please attend them. So tomorrow I'll just continue with the today's discussion. And today we have got, so obviously that type of questions has to come from the people technically. So simply coming to the class, going on, that is not sufficient. No. So whatever the doubts you are having, so I can explain technically I was good. I have almost 6-7 years of experience on the data science. So any kind of a questions you can ask me. I was in a position to solve it, and I can know how to handle all that particular situations actually. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Anyone, any questions, guys? Any more questions?
Live streaming is there, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. Right. Once again.
Live streaming data is analysis.
Live streaming data analysis is going to be, we can do it, but it's going to be a little bit goes out of our discussions. But if you want, we can work with that. I told you, I have a lot of experience. Even if you have any technical requirements, I can implement those. So we'll go for a Spark streaming, and using the Spark streaming, we can do that. But after streaming, that goes to the analysis actually. Yes, we can do that actually. We'll try to implement it.
Hi, Vamsi. I joined
hi.
today only. So when the actual batch started?
Yesterday I have taken the demo session yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
It is a second demo session it is. Okay, fine. Right, guys. So that's it for the today's class, guys. So thanks for today. Actually, it was a little bit late. It was late. So tomorrow, hi guys, if you have any more questions tomorrow, I can just take some more time in the tomorrow's class, and I can just clarify more about in the tomorrow's class, guys. Okay. So thanks for today, guys. Yeah. I can share you my details, guys. Just a second. And I'm sharing with everybody, guys. If anybody having any more questions, guys, you can just feel free to, you can contact me. I'm just sharing my mail ID, guys. If anybody wants any discussions, just you can mail me, guys. Okay. And even you can take my number also, guys. This is my number. If you have any questions, guys, if you have any further discussions or any doubts, feel free to reach me, guys. Okay. So thanks all of you guys. So thanks for today. We'll meet up in the tomorrow's class, guys. Thank you all of you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks all of you once again, guys. Thank you all of you.